Symmetry properties of DFT. So first I will write DFT pair, that is x of n has endpoint DFT x of k. It is the DFT pair. This is called as DFT pair. DFT pair means if you calculate the DFT for this x of n, you are getting x of k. If you calculate IDFT for x of k for the length n, what we are getting x of n. So now if x of n and x of k are complex valued sequences, here we are, it means we are assuming if both x of n and x of k, of course x of k is a complex sequence because in that x of k e to the power minus j 2 pi by n kn is there, so of course it is a complex term. But what happens if the given discrete time sequence x of n is also said to be complex sequence, then we are assuming, so if means we are assuming if x of n and x of k are said to be complex valued sequences, then it can be represented as complex means of course it is a combination of real and imaginary part. So x of n equal to real part of x of n is indicated as x r of n suffix x suffix capital R of n plus j x suffix I of n. Here R stands for real value. Here capital I stands for imaginary value of x of n. So the value of n varies from 0 to n minus 1. So once again I'll repeat. If the sequences, it is a DFT pair, of course, in this both the sequences, discrete time sequence and x of k are said to be complex value, then where it is a combination of real part and imaginary part, where x star of n indicates R stands for real part, as I told I stands for imaginary part. Here x r of n indicates real part of x of n, x I of n indicates imaginary part of x of n. Similarly, for x of k equal to x r of k plus j x I of k, where the value of k ranges from varies from 0 to n minus 1, represented as a equation 2. Okay. Now, we will make use of definition of DFT. As per the definition of DFT, we can write x of k equal to summation over the limits n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n multiplied by wn to the power kn. But what we assumed here, so I'm going to substitute here. Wn to the power kn is e to the power minus j 2 pi kn by n. Okay. What we assumed here, if the sequence x of n is said to be complex. See, as I told, this property is very, very important. Symmetry properties of DFTs are very important because these properties are going to use while solving the numericals. It reduces the calculation part as well as time for calculation. We'll see while discussing the numericals. So what we assume here, x of n, we assume as a complex sequence. If it is a complex sequence, first I will write x of n as it is, e to the power minus j 2 pi kn by n, it is nothing but cos of 2 pi kn by n minus j sine of 2 pi kn by n. Okay, this one I express in terms of cos and sine. Now, next part, as I told, what we assume x of n is it is the complex value sequence, hence it is replaced by xr of n plus j xi of n. This is multiplied with this term. Okay. Now the thing is that how to do the simplification. Now, first I will take xr of n multiplied with cos of 2 pi k n by n. Okay. Next, xr of n multiplied with this term minus j as it is xr of n sine of 2 pi k n by n. Next, I will take this term plus j as it is xi of n multiplied by cos of 2 pi k n by n plus j into minus j plus j into minus j minus plus into minus minus j into j square, hence minus j square is minus 1, minus into minus 1 it becomes plus, hence plus xi of n multiplied by sine of 2 pi k n by n. Next, further simplification, I will rearrange the terms. I will separate the real part and imaginary part. See, in this part, in this term, first observe the wherever the real part are there, I will take first xr of n cos of 2 pi k by n. Okay, this is real part I have taken. Next, second term minus j is there, so it is imaginary part, leave it. Third term j is the imaginary part, leave it. And last term there is no j term, hence it is also real part. Hence plus xi of n sine of 2 pi kn by n. Next I will take minus j common. If I take minus j common, so what left? Xr of n sine of 2 pi k by 2 pi kn by n. From this, if I take minus j common, what left? Minus 1 minus xi of n cos of 2 pi kn by n. Okay. So I will represent as equation number 3. Let us compare equation 2 and 3. 2 is nothing but this is 2. X of k equal to, if you express x of k equal to in terms of real part, in terms of imaginary part. Let us compare equation 2 with 3. 3 means this one. X of k equal to, we solve like this. We separated the real part and imaginary part. So the term which is present inside this first bracket will act as a real part, and the terms which are present in the second square bracket will act as a imaginary part. So by comparing, we can write this is equal to what? Xr of k equal to summation xr of n cos of 2 pi kn by n plus xi of n sine of 2 pi kn by n. It acts as a real part. Next, this one xi of k is equal to, here plus is there, but here minus is there. Because of that reason, I have taken minus summation over the limits n equal to 0 to n minus 1. The term is acts as a imaginary part. So likewise for IDFT also we can write similarly by expressing this in the same similar way. We can write for IDFT also xr of n equal to like this, xi of n equal to like this. Okay, now by using this concept, we'll discuss some cases. We'll discuss 3 cases. Symmetry property for real valued x of n. So what it means, if the given sequence is said to be real value, okay, whatever we discussed till now, we assume both the sequences x of n and as x of k both are said to be complex value sequence. Then how we are going to calculate the DFT we discussed. The first case is what? Here what we are discussing, symmetry property for real valued sequence. If the given input sequence is said to be real, then what will be the symmetry property for that? So the same thing I am expressing in terms of mathematical expression statement. If x of n is real value, then the DFT of that, and the DFT of the real value sequence we are going to calculate as x of n minus k is equal to x of minus k is equal to complex conjugate of x of k. It is a very important property. In the examples, if the sequence contains only, it is mentioned that the sequence is real value sequence, then we have to make use of this property. First, we will see how to prove this property, then we'll discuss numericals on that. I will write the definition of DFT. X of k equal to summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n multiplied by wn to the power kn. So let us write it as a equation number 8. Continuity is there. Equation 8. Here 6 and 7 are there. So next is 8 continuity. Now in this definition of DFT, I am replacing k. We have to prove, correct? We have to prove what? This statement. So here what? N minus k is there. So replace k by n minus k in the above equation. So what we are getting, x of k is replaced by n minus k, x of n minus k LHS. In the RHS summation for the limits n equal to 0 to n minus 1, x of n as it is. This k is replaced by n minus k, w of n to the power n minus k into n. Further simplification, I will separate the terms, w of n to the power n into n multiplied by w of n to the power minus k into n. Already we discussed w of n to the power capital N into n is 1. That is cos of 2 pi n minus j sine of 2 pi n is 1. Cos of 2 pi n is 1. Sine of 2 pi n is 0. Hence results in 1. So this is eliminated by 1. Hence this expression becomes x of n minus k equal to summation over the limits n equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of n. This is replaced by 1. Then wn to the power minus kn. Okay. Now compare. I will write equation 9. Now compare equation 8 and 9. Equation 8 is what? it is the DFT of x of n. It is the DFT of x of n. DFT of x of n is represented by k. Your power term is k is there, because of that reason here plus k we got. Here in equation 9, power term is minus k is there. Hence it becomes x of minus k. So this is equal to what? This is equal to x of minus k. What we see from equation 9, what we put, x of n minus k equal to x of minus k. X of n minus k equal to x of minus k we put. But what about complex conjugate of x of k? This is equal to complex conjugate of x of k. That one we are proving. Simple thing. Taking complex conjugate of equation 8. Equation 8 is what? Definition of DFT. If you take the complex conjugate of this one, complex conjugate of this one means complex conjugate of x of k equal to summation n equal to 0 to n minus 1. Of course, this is real value mentioned. In the statement itself, it is mentioned. Then complex conjugate of x of n. To take the complex conjugate of real sequence, we are getting same thing. Hence x of n multiplied by it is what? Complex quantity. Complex quantity means while taking the complex conjugate means changing the sign of imaginary value. Here imaginary value is what? Power term is there. So changing sign means it becomes wn to the power minus k here. See here. Taking the complex conjugate of equation 8, then we are getting complex conjugate of x of k equal to same thing. Complex conjugate of x of n, wn to the power plus is replaced by minus. That is equal to complex conjugate of x of n is what? It is a real sequence. Once again, we are getting x of n. Now compare. So already we discussed this one. This indicates what? X of minus k. Hence, complex conjugate of x of k equal to x of minus k. Equation number 11. Now compare equation 9 and 11. X of n minus k equal to x of minus k already we proved. But in this equation, complex conjugate of x of k equal to x of minus k we proved. So from these two equations, we can say that x of n minus k is equal to complex conjugate of x of k, that is equal to x of minus k is equal to x of minus k. Hence, we proved symmetry property for real valued sequence x of n. Next, we will take. So, what is the use of the symmetry property? We'll see here. We'll see two cases. So, whatever we proved that equation number 13 x of n minus k equal to x of minus k, nothing but equation 13 means here. Equation 13 means here x of n minus k equal to complex conjugate of x of k, that is equal to x of minus k, conveys the message that DFT of a real sequence possesses conjugate symmetry about the midpoint. See, this statement we will see with the help of two cases. Those two cases are if n is odd, if n is even. First case is if the length of the DFT are nothing but length of the DFT means the given sequence, the number of samples present in the given sequence. N, I think the capital N indicates that the number of samples which are present in the given sequence. If number of samples in the given sequence is said to be odd, then conjugate symmetry is about n by 2. N by 2. For example, if I take n equal to 5, 5 is an odd number, is symmetry about 5 by 2. If I take n equal to 7, symmetry about 7 by 2, that is 3.5. So the index k equal to n by 2 is called as the folding index. Very important. The index k equal to n by 2 is called as folding index. So this case will take with the help of example. If n equal to 7, n equal to 7 means in the given sequence there are 7 samples are present. So those are, it is x of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. N equal to 7 means it varies from so n equal to 7 is there. 7 minus 1, last sample is 6. 0 to 6. So 7 by 2 means 3.5. It is midpoint. Then how to calculate symmetry, conjugate symmetry? So x of 1, it means complex conjugate of x of 1 is equal to x of 6. Complex conjugate of, see, what is the statement here? X of n minus k equal to complex conjugate of x of k, or we can write x of minus k. This one we are writing in terms of what? We are discussing with the help of an example. See, this one. Complex conjugate of x of k. K equal to what? 1. Complex conjugate of x of 1 is equal to what? N equal to what? 7 is there. 7 minus 1. Here we taken k equal to 1. K equal to 1 means 7 minus 1, it is 6. So complex conjugate of x of 1 equal to x of 6. Similarly, k equal to 2. If you take k equal to 2, complex conjugate of x of 2 equal to 7 minus 2, that is 5. This is equal to 5. Next, if I take k equal to 3, complex conjugate of x of 3 equal to 7 minus 3, it is 4. Similarly, it holds good for even sequence also. If n equal to 8, n equal to 8 means 0 to n minus 1 means 7 minus 8 minus 1 means last point is 7, 0 to 7. Similarly, complex conjugate of if k equal to 1, if k equal to 1, complex conjugate of x of 1 equal to 8 minus 1, it is 7. So complex conjugate of x of 1 is equal to x of 7. Complex conjugate of x of 2 is equal to x of 6. Complex conjugate of x of 3 equal to x of 5. Midpoint is 4. N by 2 is midpoint. So from these two examples, what we can conclude, very interesting point, conjugate symmetry implies that we need to compute only half of the DFT values, to find the entire DFT sequence. So a similar result holds good for IDFT also. So in the example, if the question is like this, find the endpoint DFT for the given sequence. The length of the DFT is 7. Nothing but given sequence x of n contains 7 samples. No need to calculate capital X of 0 to capital X of 6. No need to calculate. Only calculate up to where? Up to half. Half means midpoint. Up to 3 we have to calculate, because remaining values are what? Complex conjugate. See, the length of the DFT is 7. Only calculate up to capital X of 3. The remaining are what? Complex conjugate. Similarly, if the length of the sequence contains 8 samples, only calculate up to midpoint. Midpoint means up to 4, because remaining are complex conjugate. So this reduces the calculation of what? In the here 3 calculations are reduced. Here also 3 calculations are reduced. Only 50% calculations we are doing with the help of complex conjugate property. So this is about complex conjugate for real value sequence. Next, if the sequence is said to be odd, second case, first case is what? DFT for a real value sequence is said to be real value sequence, but in the second case, DFT of a real even and odd sequence. DFT of a real even and odd sequences. So let x of n be a length. It is a real sequence. X of n is a real sequence of having length n with n point DFT, then it is given by x of k. If it is said to be a real sequence, if you are expressing in terms of even part and odd part, that is x of n is the combination of even component and odd component. Even part is represented of xc of n, and odd component is represented as x naught of n. Now, if you calculate DFT for even part, that is DFT of even part is purely real part. Okay. If you calculate DFT for x naught of n, DFT of x naught of n is purely imaginary part. Okay. Now we know that xc of n equal to, already discussed how to the even component for the given signal. Even component of the given signal is expressed as xc of n equal to 1 by 2 x of n plus x of minus n. And if you calculate DFT for this one, DFT of even component is equal to 1 by 2 as it is outside, DFT of x of n plus 1 by 2 DFT of x of minus n. Hence, DFT of even component equal to 1 by 2 as it is, DFT of x of n is indicated as x of k plus 1 by 2 DFT of x of minus n, that is x of minus k. Now, I will take 1 by 2 outside. I will take 1 by 2 outside, x of k plus x of minus k. So already we discussed x of minus k is nothing but complex conjugate of x of k. Complex conjugate of x of k. Next, I will take one assumption. After this step, I will take one assumption. X of k equal to a plus jb. If x of k equal to, it is an assumption, x of k equal to a plus jb, where here a acts as a real part and b acts as an imaginary part. If I take complex conjugate of this one, complex conjugate of this one means complex conjugate of x of k equal to a minus jb, changing the sign of imaginary part, minus jb. So substitute this assumption in the above expression. DFT of xc of n equal to 1 by 2 as it is, x of k equal to a plus jb, complex conjugate of x of k equal to a minus jb, plus jb minus jb get cancels, a plus a 2a, 2a divided by 2, it is 2a divided by 2, it is a. So what we got? So from this we can say that DFT of xc of n is equal to a, where a is the real part. Okay, same thing. This one we proved. DFT of xc of n is a purely real part. This part we proved. Okay. Next, thus we have proved that DFT of a real even sequence is purely real. DFT of a real even sequence. X of n is a real sequence as well as it is even sequence. DFT of a real even sequence is purely real. Second part I will take. The odd component of the given sequence we are going to calculate as x naught of n equal to 1 by 2 x of n minus x of minus n. Okay. Now, so DFT of this x naught of n is given represented as x naught of k 1 by 2 x of k. DFT of x of n is x of k minus as it is. DFT of x of minus n is complex conjugate of x of k. Substitute the same example, x of a equal to a plus jb minus as it is, minus multiplied by a minus j minus a minus into minus plus jb, a minus a get cancels, jb plus jb 2jb, 2jb divided by 2, it becomes jb. So x naught of k equal to jb. So what this indicates, x naught of k indicates that DFT of x naught of n. DFT of x naught of n is what we have to prove? It is imaginary part. It is purely imaginary. We have to prove. See here, DFT of x naught of n is indicated as x naught of k, that is jb. Jb is what? It is purely imaginary term. There is no real part. Hence, we proved that DFT of real odd sequence x of n is real, not indicates that odd sequence. O indicates that odd sequence. DFT of real odd sequence is purely imaginary. Likewise, we proved for this property.